We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Hey, everybody, this is Dr. David Evans from the PIC TV Network. I want to thank you again for watching our broadcast tonight. It's a special presentation we have on our broadcast because people in the world right now are hurting all over the world because of an earthquake that took place on this morning. And we decided to come on tonight to have a special news report from the PIC TV Network to pray for Haiti. Our prayers and our love is for Haiti brothers and sisters. There's many people right now who's fighting for their life, and the PIC TV Network to let the world know and that we're praying for Haiti. I want to also welcome everybody who's watching our broadcast. There's people again who's watching us from Hungary, Brazil, France, Argentina, Nicaragua, United States, Colombia, Mexico, Guatemala, United Kingdom, Germany. Dennis, thank you, Dennis, from Germany, Panama, England, Peru, Chile, Canada, and Australia. Brothers and sisters over in Haiti. So what did we do? We tonight have a news report, breaking news report, all the way from Haiti. There's a lot of people right now, again, who's fighting literally for their life. And those of you who are watching the broadcast today, we decided to come on and show our love and our best and our Haiti through this broadcast. And we're going to be beaming it in all the way from Canada. Burke is part of our PIC TV Network family, and he invited our special guest today to come on today. And we met in Clubhouse. We have Ms. Hicks coming on with us. We have Ruben coming on with us. And we have Sam Burke coming on, him and his wonderful wife, all the way from Canada. Let's start with you, Burke. You know, when you seen the news today or heard the news today of what happened in Canada, tell me, how was your response, Burke?
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Evans, for taking this time just for a brief while to acknowledge the tragedy that we've heard today. The question is, how did I feel when I heard? I must say that I felt disappointed. I felt sad, and I felt as if this had happened to close families and friends of mine. I think my first response was, oh no, not again. Because, as you know, we're all fresh from the recent happenings that happened last month, and that in itself was devastating. And then to think that people who I interact with and knowing their feelings and their emotions and their families, to go through this once again was quite a sad situation for me personally. So I must say that I felt somewhat deflated when I heard the news about what was happening.
You know, when I think about this situation, Burke, again, there's so many people who have been impacted, and we're going to show some footage too. Their lives were just trying to recover. So many brothers and sisters in Haiti and families that are just trying to put things together, and then the loss of their president there, and now this earthquake, and there's so many people who need our prayers, and we're praying for those who are in Haiti. I want to go to Ruben. Ruben, I know you have some family and friends that were impacted, and we were talking off before the broadcast about how you're connected with some family members and loved ones and friends, even in Haiti. Come on and talk to us, Ruben.
Yeah. Thank you, David. When I saw the news and I heard about it, the first thing that came and that crossed my mind is that this is all too familiar. This is all too familiar because about 11 years ago, 2010, we had the earthquake that happened in Port-au-Prince, the capital. And I am of Asian descent. I have family in Haiti, family that is in Haiti at the moment. And obviously, one of the first things that happened is us checking in and trying to figure out, are they okay? Is everything fine? And fortunately, our immediate family is doing all right at the moment, but obviously they have people that they know that might have been more affected than others by the earthquake. And again, to me, it's all too familiar because I went through the exact same thing 11 years ago when one of my personal neighbor, the person who was living right next door to me, essentially died from the earthquake. And so these are sort of thoughts that sort of came back. And when you think about people that you know that are affected, and people that you know that are in the country and that are living through this, not only through the earthquake, but also through everything that's going around. It's not only the people who are affected by the earthquake, but it is now the whole system is all bottled up by, I mean, all the rescue mission that need to happen, and pretty much the whole system. And again, as Burke has alluded to, with the political turmoil that's happening as well, it makes it that much more difficult. So uh, all too familiar because these are events that I'm used to hear about from Haiti. But every time I feel that there might be a respite, that things might calm down and get back to a better tomorrow, it seems that another break keeps on falling.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, David. I I'm having difficulty hearing you.
So thank you again, those who are watching the PIC TV Network news special. We're covering footage again, and we're talking about what's happening in Haiti. We're praying for the reporters there. We're praying for first responders there. We're praying for the citizens who are fighting, the little kids, the men and women who are fighting for their lives over in Haiti as we speak. And we want everybody to know, the PIC TV network, we're concerned about people all over the world, especially when tragedies and these events happen. We have a voice, and we're taking that voice to the world through PIC TV network. Mr. Shaquana Hicks is here. You just wanted to come in and say how you felt about what's going on. So, Ms. Hicks, we want to hear from you. On the
Hello. So yeah, about what's going on today in Haiti, it's very sad. It's a very sad situation, and my heart goes out to them all. My heart goes out to them all. To them all. Just sending special prayers to everyone that's down there. Praying that they get the help that they need, and that it comes very quickly. And my heart just goes out to everyone in Haiti.
Yeah, and we're definitely doing that. We're going to go into some footage right now, and I'm going to come back to Burke, and we're going to talk right after this um, footage. Let's see. Thank you for your prayers and support again. We'll be right back right after this.
Oh, merci, bon Dieu, merci.
Nous exactement bon marché qu'a fait. Et oui, nous exactement bon marché qu'a fait. Et il y a deux mondes environ que nous capables de voir, ça nous ouais. Il y a deux mondes qui à terre, ils mourent. Et
on dame, men, ouais, pied dame, on dame, push, on babral, couper, ouais, pied dame, ouais, c'est pied dame.
Ça c'est hôtel de Manguia là, il tombe plat, il plein moun en bas là, il plein moun. Il y a un paquet de moun en là, tombe plat, l'écrasé plat.
This morning,
You know,
a
Burke,
7.2
when you see
magnitude
that,
earthquake jolting Haiti. Buildings turning to rubble. Hospitals overwhelmed. The extent to the death toll far from known. Already more than 200 dead.
So dead bodies on the streets, you know, and the hospitals, they are full with, you know, dead bodies and people who are injured.
Jean Jocelyn and his godmother fled their home in Lakai, the peninsula's biggest metropolis.
Are your friends okay?
Yes, she is my friend, and she was in her house, but unfortunately, she died. She died with her son inside the house.
This earthquake in western Haiti, reminiscent of the 2010 one that killed up to 300,000 Haitians and devastated the nation's bustling capital, Port-au-Prince. Today's quake ravaging towns like Lakai, with populations in the tens of thousands. This young girl pulled from the rubble alive. At least 9 aftershocks, rocking the island in the hours since. The quake collapsing this cathedral steeple in the city of Jeremy.
What do you fear?
So this is an area that's virtually cut off from the capital and from a lot of life-saving aid right now. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see and hear a lot more about damage and lives lost.
The country already reeling politically after the assassination of its president in July, along with intensifying gang violence and major food shortages. 60 miles from today's epicenter, Len Gangle runs an orphanage with 66 kids. His daughter Brittany died in the 2010 earthquake.
The ground shaking had to conjure up a lot for you.
Oh, absolutely. I went into survival mode, immediately rushed the children out of the orphanage.
And Vaughn, to complicate all of this, there's a tropical storm nearby.
Yeah, Jose, this is tough timing for Haiti. It's expecting those high winds and significant rains to make landfall by Monday. And it was just 5 years ago that Hurricane Matthew devastated these exact communities. Jose?
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.
Hey everybody, we're right back again on PIC TV Network. We want to thank you for tuning in to the presentation today. Our network is really concerned about helping people, especially in the midst of COVID-19, in the midst of the Delta virus, in the midst of the earthquake over in Haiti. You know, Burke, we were talking earlier today on Clubhouse, and you were talking about your wife and how she has family members there, Brooke. And I wanted to talk with you a little bit, Brooke, about your wife's family over there and how she's taking this, Brooke. Talk to us. Talk to us, Brooke.
Okay. Dr. Evans, I think it is difficult to imagine what or how it is that people are feeling in circumstances such as what is happening in Haiti right now. I know that in the last earthquake, my wife's, her brother-in-law, he has a large family in Haiti. And I remember the memories that came out of that and the experiences that were relayed to us from Haiti. I tried reaching him today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to reach him just to see what the latest information is in a direct form, rather than going through the news or so. But I wasn't able to reach him. And so if I were to use, as I said, the last experience, which from all reports was much more severe than what we've learned so far about this earthquake, then again, it is just challenging to imagine what it is that people are going through. The question that you tend to ask yourself is, what can I do? How can I help? And right now, I know that there are lots of people all over the world who would like to help, but feel somewhat helpless. And so I think it's very important that you have allowed the time to, in this way, to let our brothers and sisters know that we are standing with them. We are thinking about them. Our hearts go out to them. And if that's all that we can do at this moment, then I would hope and pray that that would be of some comfort, small as it may be, until we learn more when we can do more for our brothers and sisters.
We're praying for those in Haiti. There's a lot of people again who are fighting for their lives. Ruben, we talked a little bit earlier too. Ruben and Sam, you guys both are come from Canada, right? Both of you from Canada?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And we're from Washington, D.C. And let me see if I can get Miss Hicks in. Miss Hicks, where you calling it? Where you in from? Where you unmute your microphone. You have to unmute your mic.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Where you from? Where you come
I'm from Atlanta. I'm calling from Atlanta.
That's okay.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, you're calling from Atlanta. So we're from Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, to Canada, to Atlanta, Georgia. We're beaming this, and all across the world who's watching us today. We wanted to take a moment out to ask everybody to pray for Haiti. We just showed you some live footage of what's going on over there. Kids are being pulled off of rubble. Men, women, parents are pulled off of rubble. And this is real situation going on. And they're going to need our help many, many days and weeks and months to come. So we're coming to help and support with prayer, first of all. We know there's a lot of people out who contributing. We just want to start this off with an opportunity to let everybody know that our prayers and thoughts are for Haiti on tonight. I want to thank Bert for coming in, Ruben coming in all the way from Canada, and I want to thank Ms. Hicks coming in from Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to come back with some more information, right after this.
Juneteenth. It's a holiday often called the Black 4th of July. It's celebrated with cookouts, festivals, historical reenactments, and it's one of the most important days in African American history. Juneteenth celebrates the end of slavery in the United States. You see, the U.S. Declaration of Independence stated that all men were created equal, but this didn't apply to black slaves. The move to end slavery didn't happen until Abraham Lincoln issued a law in 1863, almost 100 years later. But the news took more than 2 years to reach all parts of the country. The state of Texas was the last to find out. On June 19, 1865, 250,000 slaves were freed in Texas, marking independence for all Americans.
Hey everybody, thank you again for tuning in to the PIC TV Network special tonight. We just wanted to come in to let everybody know that we're praying for Haiti. There's a lot of people again who are fighting for their life, and we just couldn't sit back and just think that this was just something that we want to watch on TV, especially when we have a television network with 60 channels on it called the PIC TV Network, for the people, with the people, by the people, our own network that we can share information and we can break in and have news on our news station to share with the world. Those who are watching on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, our social media audience, we thank you. We thank you for the PIC TV Network audience for watching. We are concerned, and the people around the world are in our prayers. We're going to end this broadcast today, and we're going to pick up on our next segment. But we want to close out dedicating the song to the people in Haiti, sung by Amos Evans, my son. That's who you see singing. And he's going to sing a little bit, Rock of Ages. And we're going to dedicate this to all our brothers and sisters in Haiti. And we are praying for you. We're praying that God will continue to help you to rebuild, help you to get through what you're going through, praying for the doctors, praying for those who are on the front line, those who are the nurses, those who need medical help and assistance, the men, women, and children everywhere in Haiti, and the family members who are concerned about their loved ones. We're praying for you. We're going to close out with this broadcast. Thank you for your time.
Rock of Ages, cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from thy riven side which flowed be of sin the double cure. Save me from its guilt and power, and not the labor of my hands can fulfill the lost man. Could my zeal no respite know? Could my tears forever flow? Or could never sin erase? Thou must save and save by grace. And nothing in my hands I bring, simply to the cross I cling. Naked come to thee for dress, helpless look to thee for grace. Foul I to the fountain fly, wash me, Savior, or I die. And while I draw this fleeting breath, while my eyes shall close in death, when I soar to worlds unknown, see thee on thy judgment throne, rock of ages cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee, rock of ages cleft for me. Let me hide myself, let me hide myself, let me hide myself in thee. Let me hide myself, let me hide myself, let me hide myself in thee. Let me hide myself, let me hide myself, let me hide myself in thee. 'Cause you are the source of my strength, and you are the strength of my life. I lift my hands in total praise to you.
This is a plea to our brothers to stop killing one another. This is to the powers that be. I want you to realize we're part of God's family. We can no longer ignore what's happening in the streets.
I can't walk down the street without you harassing me. I'm doing nothing wrong. Why do you need to see my ID? If you walk in my shoes, you wouldn't treat me the way you do. A little empathy, and you see I'm not your enemy, yeah. You are my brother. All I'm saying, from a different mother. I don't want no trouble. You are my sister. No, no. From a different mister. The sin that I'm in makes you hate me from within. Do my dress make you scared? Why you feel I should be dead? I don't have a gun. It's just my phone. Please leave me alone. I'm just trying to make it home. Oh, you are my brother. All I'm saying, from a different mother. I don't want no trouble. You are my sister. Oh, from a different mister. Don't kill me. Please remove your knee. I'm trying to go home to my family. So please don't murder me. I told. Don't kill me. I wanna go home to my family. So please don't shoot me.
Oh, merci bon Dieu, merci.
Nous exactement bon marché qu'a fait. Puis nous exactement bon marché qu'a fait. Et gagner deux monde environ que nous capable ouais ça nous ouais. Gagner deux monde qui à terre, yo mouri et
Bon dame men, ouais pied dame men. Bon dame. On dame couche, on va bras couper, ouais pied dame. Ouais, c'est pied dame.
Ça c'est hôtel les Manguiers là, il tombe plate, il plein moun en bas là, il plein moun. Il y a un paquet moun en là, tombe plate, l'écrasé plate.
Thank you for your time, everybody. Pray for Haiti.